Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Vegas pool sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
What's going on, folks? Hey, my name is Steve. This is race day, and we are here for the season opener of the Harpoon Design Cup Series. The Harpoon Design 250 about to be underway here, starting things off at the biggest track we go to on the oval side, Talladega Super Speedway, 2.66 miles of, oh boy, here we go again. Cannot wait for this. As we always say, man, Talladega always proves to be a pretty wild ride, right? It just super speedway, high speed drafting, first race of the season, nerves, right? The whole deal. And today we get to do that and experience, man, what these boys can bring today for sure. So a lot on the line, obviously, and just a one hell of a way to start the season off. So big thanks to you folks for being over here, obviously, watching race day and supporting the channel as well as the league itself. We have so many great sponsors. We just showed them all off right there in the commercials. Happy to have that and happy to have them on board. Right now, qualifying was set by the duels last week, so we are going to be good to go on that. The starting grid's already set. Right now, we're high above Talladega Superspeedway. In about a couple seconds here, we're going to go live down to trackside for the grid. Going to get this thing going right now. Very, very fast. We don't mess around here. You know what I mean? Race day, we get right to the racing. Huge field today, almost 40 drivers. Not going to play around, as we love to do. Right now, let's just get it going. You know what I mean? Crank the music. Right now, absolute grid action. Couple of drivers already on the grid. We're going to wait just a couple of minutes here to make sure everyone's on. 100 laps. We'll get to it in just a second. What you can expect out of this race. Starting on the pole, though, Daryl Young. Fast, hot rod right there. The Harpoon Design 250. And there they are, the Harpoon Design on the side of that car. Julio Villalobos. Excuse me, there's Daryl. Mark Whitley was right behind him. We'll get to him in a second. Daryl Young, Julio Villalobos right in the P2. Mark Whitley in third spot. Max Brady rolling off P4. Devin Sprecher P5. James Thurston rolling off there. He is P7 right there. Josh Sobel in P8. ASRA iRacing.com website. Love that. Michael Johnson, Will Doe on track. We're going to talk to these guys a lot about these guys a lot in the race, so we'll kind of fly by here. Mealy, Steven Sharik in that Stint 62 car, fresh out of the RFK garage, looking pretty good today. Thomas George, Brian Messer filling in for Andrew Phipps today. Couldn't make the race, so substitutions are in. Brandon Six, William Robbins, Nick Silver, Jacob Emery, Ryan Sharp, Jackson Anderson, and then Brendan Fetterplace rounding out the top 20. 21st on back, Matthew Fleming, Brandon Bowie, Adam Garza, Thomas Meeks, Austin Halsey, Jacob Weist, Tim Robb, teammates right there, Albert Forrester, Landon Bednards, looking good today, James Kaufman, Austin Salyers, Kenny Reel, Scott Gasorn, Trevor Zelazny, look at that machine right there, okay, Trevor Zelazny, Josh Larson, Frankie Barroso, Christian Angel, and then John Hagan rounding out the field today. That is the field, folks. 38 drivers. A couple of guys couldn't be here, it looks like, unfortunately. Blaze Crawford, one of our drivers in the field, but I don't think he's here today. I think he might have missed it, unfortunately, due to the Coke Series. He is in that, and that obviously is understandably the priority. So, good stuff right now. We're going to get down to trackside and get this race going. Excited to see how this thing can work. 100 laps. Let's hit the race details. Race details today. 100 laps. That's it. Stage 1, lap 33, lap 2, lap 66. 75% fuel, 0 fast repairs. Keep that in mind too. And then 3 green, white checkers. You gotta be careful. You get this one car. And one thing we're doing differently this season too, for the stages, there's no cautions, no stage breaks. So once these drivers hit that line for the stage, they keep going. A lot of fun to be had and different rule changes. We still kept the choose rule, so you'll see that on restarts. Not the initial restart, or I guess the start of the race, but you will see it if cautions were to fly. So good stuff. About to get this thing going. A couple of laps here. Race control getting everything in line, making sure that all the drivers are in the right spot. Looks like that is the case. We're going to get this thing going here momentarily. Again, folks, thanks for being here. Hey, we can't do this without you. And always a good time in ASRA and on race day. So, going to go green flag racing this time by. Ignore that lap number 2. It's not actually lap 2, but we're getting there. We are getting there. The field's ready, though. Man, I'm ready. I cannot wait to get this thing going. Been a long time, a long off season, and a lot of things can happen today. No guaranteed cautions, right? 4 stages, cautions can still happen, right? As far as, wrecks or whatnot, but nothing guaranteed. So what will they do? Fuel can go about 30 laps in the tank, and that stage will end on lap 33. A lot going on down here. A couple of guys qualified about 7th or so. A couple of guys are having a hard time catching up to the field here. Everyone advances their spot if somebody doesn't show up. So all good. We're getting the grid going here. Again, determined by the duels last week. Huge shout out, by the way, to Wicked Cushions. Go and check them out. They sponsored last week. Fantastic company. And here we go. Daryl Young knows how to win at super speedways in this series. He's done it twice. Can he do it here again? There it is. Green flag is out right now for the Harpoon Design 250 to kick off the season. And across the line they go, just like that. We're on lap 2 right now. Mark Whitley pushing his teammate Daryl Young. We expected nothing less right there. The Harpoon design boys, man, on the thumbnail, side by side. And then right now on lap 2, nose to tail. And poetic right there. And in the back of the field, we're seeing 2 wide kind of all the way back. We're going to see this a lot today. 3 wide now in the back 2, being led by Adam Garza. Bunch of drivers not going to waste any time today. They want to get to the front. But here's the thing. Fuel mileage. I know that's a swear word around here when it comes to super speedways, but that's really what can happen today, right? Fuel can only go about 30 laps. Stage ends at 33. So what do? Do you go hard and see what happens? Or do you save fuel to get those stage points? Keep in mind, there's no yellows when the stages happen. So green, green, green it is all day today. It could be. Right now, 2 wide in the front. Daryl Young, Devin Smecker looking to get some early laps led here this season. Being pushed by a bunch of great guys here. James Thurston in that number 6 car. He was in a completely different car last week, but worked out a team just like that. It can happen. A lot of jockeying for positions. Will Doe right there in the middle of the pack. That blue car right in the middle. Trying to get side by side with this team right here. They're not too far back. And there they are all in the middle. Harpoon Design Racing. A couple of guys too in the front. So who will prevail? Adam Garza stormed his way to the front. Really, really nice job. And then right now, here he is leading that front and top pack. Comes down to block, boom. Little shove right there. You gotta be careful with that. Garza knows how to do it. We saw this last week in the duels. And Garza was kind of that Pied Piper, right? Kind of defending whichever lane made sense at the time. You gotta be careful though. You gotta make sure you're clear. But he is definitely confident enough to do it. As we're seeing this, the field pretty well spread out here already. And here's the thing. HDR on the outside lane right here. 3 team drivers in a pack. Garza will have no hope here to stay in front unless he gets that push. Right now on lap 5, looks like he'll find some friends here on the low line. So far, so good. Teammates split right here. Looks like Mark Whitley came down. Maybe block that lane of Smecker, but again, different things can happen. Back at the field right now, seeing different strats right now. Austin Salyers, Frankie Barroso, they started in the back. And right now, here they are kind of side by side. This might be smart, right? Save the fuel. Get those stage points. That could be the strategy for these guys back here. All on the line, Brandon Bowie, here we go. Fetter Place, Larson. Would not be surprised if these guys are saving their fuel to get the stage points. All throughout the field, though. Mark Whitley up front. A couple of guys in the middle. Kenny Reel making a bounce right here up to the outside. One thing to keep in mind, too, that we maybe didn't even talk about yet, is that changes this season. As we see Garza on the outside kind of storming, too. I don't know if Kenny Reel's going to go upside, but he doesn't. He stays in line there with Garza. Will Doe goes up. Might get 3 lanes here shortly. Good stuff so far. A couple changes though, folks. Big ones too. Hey, if you win a race, you're not guaranteed into the playoffs. There's no more win and you're in. Wins are nice. You get those 5 extra bonus points for the playoffs and stuff, right? You get the trophy, you get all the accolades, but you don't get a ticket punched into the playoffs. It comes down to points this season. The whole playoff system this season is kind of a hybrid, really, between the traditional NASCAR style, what they used to do, and kind of a hybrid mix with the playoffs, right? So we'll talk more about that as the season goes on. But yeah, no longer are you punched into the playoffs with a win. It all comes down to how you do in those 12 races of the regular season. Man, right now some big jockeying right here. Will Doe in the middle. Teammates in a line in the middle. Up top, though, you have teammates there too. Garza, Smecker. Looking pretty good right now. There's Blaze Crawford in the field. Ooh, stacks up the front a little bit. He's a lap down car. Just came out of the Coke Series race. But, man, that's one way to introduce yourself to the field. Blaze going to be a couple laps down here, but can definitely still make it happen. We will see. Kenny Real up front right now, leading. Mark Whitley. Up top, Devin Smecker really trying to make it work here. And you can see right now, this is probably a great image right here. Oh no, who's that? Trevor Zelazny. Can he hold on to it? Oh my word, what an amazing save by Trevor Zelazny. Oh my word. Incredible. That reminds me of, man, who was that in the Cup race or Xfinity race this past week? Riley Herbst, was it? Who had a crazy good save just like that, or pretty close to it. Unbelievable job. Keeps this race green and keeps the field intact. Put some respect on that man's name. Good stuff right here. But this, I feel like this might be a tall tale. A tall tale? Telltale sign? I don't know. But right here, you can see two packs, right? That front pack. Ooh, hold on to it. Sobel and Rob got tangled up right there. I'm not sure what we're doing. Looks like we can't decide if we want to be single file or side by side, but man, it's getting wild for sure already in stage one. But these two packs, right? Can they save enough fuel, or do they just go for it, right? I think at some point, these guys up front, I don't think they're saving that much fuel. I think they're going to just go for it. But right now, they're in that pack, all in the line. Then right here, look at this. You would think this is the front pack, but it's not. This is the whole second half of the field. Really doing a pretty good job here. Double file. Only 11 laps in. This is a 100-lap race. Relatively quick race considering it's Talladega. We'll see. Green flag pit stops. We'll see all kinds of different scenarios play out as the front pack starts to kind of get crazy here. Big movement already. And right here, see, this is the thing. Right now, the front pack is double wide. If this backpack goes single file, they'll catch them. They will definitely catch that front pack, but got to get organized, right? You want to, you know, save fuel or go at it, whatever you want to do. I will say, though, one caution, and that changes everything as far as fuel strategy, really, for the entire race. A lot can go down here. Let's ride on board real quick. Who can we ride on board with? Let's go on board Devin Smecker, like we always like to do. Man, there he is right there. We're going to go Hosky hot lap. And I'll tell you what, it is absolutely a hot lap. Look at this right here. On the outside, Devin Smecker trying what he can. Going to go middle. Maybe not. Ooh, decides to not do it. He has two teammates here, Thurston and Garza. Decided to go with Thurston right here on the outside lane. Garza's kind of trapped. Thurston's going to give him some room. So now we have three Murphy Esport drivers all in a line. This can be pretty deadly as Will Doe goes down below. Which lane will work? And this is going to be a thing you'll see all race long. Which lane prevails? So difficult to do. I got to tell you, impressive stuff by the field so far. A couple of close calls, but we're going to see that, right? A lot of nerves in the first race of the season. Max Brady up to the front right here, dual 2 winner. But watch out, Mark Whitley, dual 1 winner. He's trying to come through as well. Their teammate, Daryl Young, kind of stranded right here on the outside lane. Man, looking good so far. Up high, Max Brady. Blaze Crawford right there as well. Multiple laps down, obviously. We do know that, but up front, trying to get his lap back. Maybe the old-fashioned way of being out in front of the leaders. A couple of cautions can happen, and he's the only one a lap down, right? So he can definitely earn his positions back. Some front-end damage, though. I see that. Big-time bumps all over the place. Little under halfway, though, in this first stage. And look at this. The second pack has caught up. So everyone now should be in a line. Even the drivers way back here being led by Josh Larson here, John Hagan. A lot of these guys kind of biding their time. Landon Bednards fell off the pack here. He'll catch up to Trevor Zlasny and Salyers and these guys here as well. Christian Angel. It will happen. It's just a matter of when. But these guys right here are racing really, really hard. It's a long race, 100 laps. You don't want to throw it away too soon. And right now, nobody is giving an inch. Garza up to the front. Max Brady, his teammate. Excuse me, not his teammate. Well, yeah, not his teammate. just a drafting friend right now. A lot of changes in the offseason. We're gonna work up the kinks, I promise. But man, look at this. All kinds of drivers. Single file now. Get to the front and go, go, go. If you go hard like this, I really don't think these drivers who have been up in the front the whole time are gonna make it for that first stage. Don't believe that they will. So we will see. Steven Sharik right here. Looking really good in that number 62, stint 62. Awesome job right here. This is going to be a pretty fun seat, I'll say, this season. Have some pretty fun announcements to make in the near future, but that stint 62 will be a Murphy Esports, it's like an all-star car, right? So not necessarily every race, but in most races, they'll have somebody new in there and somebody highly respected, I'll put. They've already announced that Corey Heim will be racing in that car 3 times this season. And then we have one more announcement later on that we'll make. So a lot going on within the league. Man, we love to see it. Up the front right now, kind of drivers all over the place. I'm not sure what we're doing here, but nobody wants to really, or I guess they can't really decide. Hold on. Is that Jackson Anderson way off pace in the back? Coming down pit road right now by himself. Oh, hard damage actually. Man, not good. Not even sure when that happened. But Jackson Anderson comes down pit road here. We'll have to try and get some information later on, but hey, we stay green, no yellow flag. One car, Blinky Blinkerson up here. Who is that? Couldn't quite tell who that was, but one car definitely blinking pretty hardcore. That can happen in the online racing world. So Mark Whitley, P1, Blaze Crawford, technically a lap, actually multiple laps down, but in front right now. All right, I'm back. Apologize for that. Hey, sometimes when you live in a big city, stuff goes down outside your window, and it kind of makes you, I don't know, just panic a little bit. But we're good. Up at the front, Mark Whitley making a move. Ooh, not having the room to do it. Bunch of guys here all in a mess. I just don't understand what we're doing here, honestly, right? Like, I mean, I know we're racing hard, but like, it's lap 20, guys. What are we doing? Stage points pay the points, right? That makes sense, but man, you gotta get there. This is super aggressive. Which we love to see. But man, this is a lot right here. So a lot of these guys making their moves. Mark Whitley, I'll tell you what, making a good thing happen here. But uh-oh, outside lane. 3 drivers on the outside. Murphy Esport drivers. Adam Garza now to the lead here with Thurston. Man, good racing. 22 laps. 11 laps away from stage end. Man, everyone's just leaving each other. Nobody has any friends, I feel like. Everyone wants to be around their teammates. Crazy, crazy stuff. The whole field, for the most part, all around each other. Definitely wild right now. Look at this field. Everyone's back together again. Couple of drivers in the back. A 4-stack right here being led by Bednards, Sayers, Alasny, Broso, and Angel. Everyone up front, though. Man, doing what they can here. Lap 23. Again, on lap 33, the drivers, as they cross the line, that top 10 will earn stage points, but will stay green. There's no yellow. Good stuff, though, by Mark Whitley. He's not one of these guys, I'll tell you what, who likes these tracks. He'll be very adamant about it. He's just not a big super speedway guy, right? He kind of reminds me of who said it in the rain delay. I think it was Byron, actually, who said it. He's like, man, I'm not a big fan of these super speedway races, but I mean, yet here he is, right, with back-to-back Daytona 500 wins. So Mark Whitley, I don't know, could find some success here. A lot can happen. Garza, Thurston, and Sprecher. Man, Murphy Esports working probably the best right now. But I feel like there's different strategies going on, right? These guys obviously aren't going for the fuel strat. They want to be up front. They want to stay up front. I like it. Garza actually has some right side damage there. Front right damage. Not terrible, but definitely enough to make me curious. Meanwhile, I think about, Brandon Bowie, these guys way back here, right? It just seems to me that they're kind of just hanging around for fuel. They're not really trying to get to the front. I think they just want the stage points and then kind of figure it out from there, right? See what happens. A lot of these guys, though, aren't making big moves. Where are you at, broadcaster? No, I'm actually in Boston. Not Minnesota, Boston. So it's a pretty big city. And when things go down outside, you hear some weird noises. You hear some, shouting, and you never know. You kind of, take the headset off for a second, take a peek outside, make sure we're cool, and then you keep going. So it's all good. It's kind of the daily life, but sometimes you never know. Up front, though, hey, look at this. Apollo Motorsports repping team paint schemes. And I love this right here. Look at this. Tim Robb and Jacob Wiest out front. Love this. These guys have been around here a couple of seasons now, and I'll tell you what, they've been really, really good. I mean, Tim Robb, is good at, some of his tracks that he likes, and definitely the same thing for Wiest. So I feel like, and again, I talked about it a lot last season, there's a bunch of guys I feel like who can win races at any time, and then there's guys who can win races, you know, or who are capable of winning races. They just need a certain thing to go their way, right? And I really feel like it's these guys. You know, I know Hagen was on that list for me last season, but he got it done at Twin Ring Motegi, and a couple more. But Tim Robb, Jacob Weist, they have the talent, they have the patience. They just need a race to go their way for once. And I really think, maybe Tim Robb more so, I think he's got a chance this season to win. I really do. I think it's going to be time for a Apollo Motorsports win this season. A couple of guys making a move here. Scott Casorn on the outside along with Blaze Crawford. Blaze at this point, it seems like he was aggressive earlier. I get why you want to be, because maybe you want to, you know, push your teammates to stage points, but you're still multiple laps down, still early in the race. You know, get your laps back and maybe see what happens, but you just never know. A lot of good drivers here up in the front. Seems like it's changing quite often though too, which we like to see. So a lot going on at the front of this pack. Ooh, here we go. Bunch of cars coming down pit road here. All kinds of drivers. So many. Scott Casorn misses his pit box, which you definitely, it's going to happen, right? A lot of that can happen. Majority of the field just came down pit road. So this is the time, right? Nobody wanted to risk it. Tim Robb off. A lot of these guys coming off late here. Everyone. Adam Garza has some damage there. Man, not good. Kenny Rios has some front end damage. Scott Casorn too, a little bit maybe. Forster right here. So that begs the question. Okay, there they are. Everyone else comes down pit road too now. Michael Johnson, Villalobos, George, Bowie Esports collectively comes down pit road here. So here they all come down. Here's the question. When do they come out? Do they come out all together? It's going to be tough. A lot can go down. Thomas George, off he goes. Everyone else off. Villalobos. Here comes Brandon Bowie. So pretty much the entire Bowie Esports team, as well as a lot of flagship, I believe I just saw. But look at this. Here they come. Tim Robb, Jacob Weist out front right now. Tandem drafting. Look at this. Doing a fantastic job. Everyone right now, though, I believe, according to my notes, has pit. So nobody else needing to do so. A lot of changing of positions right here as they come off of pit road. Looks like nobody wanted to save their fuel. And everyone comes down now. This is the tricky part, right? Everyone has come down pit road, 29 laps down. Right now we're going to cross Tim Robb and Jacob Weist. Look at this, tandem drafting. This is good news for now. They might be able to hold on to this for another 3 laps when the stage comes. But John Hagen, oh my word, 3 wide right here. Lordy. Steven Sharik with a great move down the middle. Look at this. Murphy Esports all in a row. All 4 drivers right here. Nose to tail. You can throw a blanket over them. All in the inside lane now. Here's the thing. You got to stay down low. Catch the top 2 drivers. And that is what they're doing. Brandon Six, Michael Johnson are tagging along here. Mark Whitley as well. Staying in this front pack is going to be so huge. Because look at how spread out this field already is. After this green flag stops, right? Very, very wide. This race, if it could stay green, right? In 2 laps, this is smart. Okay, I like this move here. So now Jacob Weist gonna go in front. Tim Robb gonna go behind him. He has a lot more temps than Weist does. So he's gonna now push Weist. Tim Robb is. Very, very smart move. A lot of these guys in the back, though. Sharik going to try and get the Murphy Esport drivers to the front. They're going to catch them pretty handedly. But what happens here? Ooh, little bobble. Sharik got to him, but hit him in a wrong spot. They keep it going, though. Couple miles to go here for stage number 2, or excuse me, for stage number 1. Lordy. Jacob Weist, Tim Robb. Again, the stage ends when they cross the line next time by. We're going to stay green. But everyone right now is going to fight for those stage points. And just like that, they're going to cross the stripe. Jacob Weist is going to be the stage 1 winner. Uh-oh. Looks like somebody forgot that we don't throw the yellow out. I figured that might happen. Tim Robb really slowed down right there. I think he thought that a yellow was going to come out. We do not throw yellows anymore for stages. We keep this puppy rolling. Jacob Weist will be scored as the stage 1 winner. But we keep it going. And those are the things that matter, right? You really, I mean, and I'm not saying they're not paying attention, but man, sometimes the devil's in the details. And Tim Robb right there should have been still with his teammate. A lot of things can happen around here in the ASRA, so you gotta be careful to check up on everything that happens. Michael Johnson right now being pushed by Brandon Six, doing a fantastic job right now. Looking good. Oh, there they are right there. Huge shout out to Harpoon Design. Has done a lot of these paint schemes on the track today, and man, always quality work. Check them out, harpoondesign.com. You will not be upset. Good stuff right now. We're rolling. Stage 2 is next. Lap 66. We stay green. For those of you who are just joining us, again, we don't throw yellows for stages anymore. We keep it rolling. So everyone came down pit road around lap 28, 29. So they can go a little bit, well, they can go quite a way. It's probably about, lap, what's that, 58, roughly. So everyone will definitely have to pit again before the end of stage 2. It's just a matter of when, right? When do they decide to do that? Or do we get a yellow to really shake it up? That's when we'll find out. Quick rundown real fast. We see right here. And man, by the way, hey, don't get it mistaken. These cameras today are all provided by Whiplash SimCams. These guys are incredible. Go and check them out. We'll run the commercial a couple of times. It's also at the beginning of the stream too. Man, it's just unbelievable shots that we're able to do here on stream now, on race day. Really just appreciative of them for coming on board, obviously. And man, an awesome partnership. Love to showcase their stuff, so really proud of that. Kind of go through the field here a bit. Right now we're seeing Michael Johnson, Brandon Six leading the field. Steven Sharik and Murphy Company all leading in the back there, finishing up that top 5. In the back of the field, a couple of drivers right now, way back. Yeah, we're seeing right now Brian Messer filling in. Blaze Crawford still back here as well. Adam Garza. A lot of these guys, again, maybe had bad pit stops, maybe had, something go wrong, didn't have a great, pit in. A lot of that can change. Christian Angel back here as well. Daryl Young, right? The pole sitter. All the way back here in 32nd. So pit stops, presumably, did not go as well as they would have liked. And that right now is what we're seeing in this race. But the race is long. A lot can happen. Again, one caution changes everything. As right now they're passing Tim Robb and Jacob Weist. These guys are on the lead lap, but they're trying to stick together. I like that. It's a smart move. They got stage 1 points, P1 and 2. They can make some moves right now. I like that. This middle pack right here, we're seeing all in a line. Everyone knows they have to pit still, right? So before stage 2, it's smart to just ride it out, stay in the front of the field, or get to that front pack, really. That's kind of the goal right now, being led by Joshua Sobel. And while we have him, hey, look at that paint scheme right now. ASRA iRacing.com. Go and check it out. We update that periodically, but it's a great spot to go in if you're a fan, if you want to join the Discord, come and hang out as a race fan, or if you're interested in driving at some point, hey, go to the website, check out the Discord link. It's all there. YouTube channel link, which you're already here, so you know where to go for that. But again, shout out to Harpoon Design for all these amazing paint schemes, as always. Whoa! Thought I just heard, who was that? 88, Matthew Fleming is way off. Did he just blow up? I think I just heard him blow up. Can't quite tell, but Fleming right here in the 88 Oasis sim racing machine. Oh no, I think he blew his engine by pushing. That's a heartbreak if that's the case. Matt Fleming, man, really, really good driver. And that might be it for him. Up at the front, James Thurston. Okay, being told Daryl Young was in that wreck on lap 25. Yeah, we didn't really catch that. We didn't see, any alerts or whatnot. Sometimes our system will alert us if there's a wreck or whatnot, but typically only if a caution comes out. So that can happen, but unfortunate. So some damage there to the pole sitter. Fleming blew up at 282. Wow, really? That is super low. Man, that's a heartbreak. That might be good to know for everyone else out here, though, right? Don't push your engine too much. Up at the front, though, Thurston, Sharik, Devin Smecker. I'll tell you what, right now, Murphy Esports, I know we have a lot of our fandom over on X right now, in an X space. Hosky and Cardano family over there. So shout out to you guys. Happy to be here and happy that you're watching. I know right now all of your boys here are doing really, really good. So I know they're over there rooting for Murphy Esports win today. So excited to see that. Looking good right now, though, all throughout the field. Everyone's kind of spread out, too. I mean, I look at this front row, right? James Thurston up front. So Murphy top 4, Michael Johnson, Brandon 6, all right there, hovering in that 5th spot. Brady, Hagan, bunch of guys here. Mark Whitley, there we go, HDR team. Villalobos, another Bowie guy. George, Sobel. A lot of things are different nowadays well, not really nowadays, but in this race. Looking good, though. That second pack is closing in. They've got about a 1.2 second gap right now, but they look a little bit more organized than the front pack. I expect them to catch these drivers in the front. We'll see. They're getting pretty close. Going to get pretty racy right now. So lap 43, folks. Single file racing. Man, good stuff right now. We're going to go race day non-stop. Going to thank some of our sponsors We'll come right back. You won't miss a thing, though. Stick around.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like doggy bowl empty, Vegas pool sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
Welcome back, folks. Lap 45 right now of 100 for the Harpoon Design 250. And it did not take long to get unhinged up here in the front. Right now we're seeing Max Brady, the new leader, John Hagan, Michael Johnson, your top three. Top side of the field right here. Didn't really have the momentum. Thurston and crew just didn't have enough run. Inside lane really worked well there. So really good stuff all throughout the field. Still too wide. Almost halfway, folks, already, by the way. Unbelievable. And they're going to catch, well, maybe catch this pack a little bit in the back. We're seeing a couple of guys here on the backstretch. This whole group, some have damage, some don't. Garza, I know, is damaged. Daryl Young here, your pole sitter, has a little bit of damage, not a whole lot. Frankie Barroso, Trevor Zelazny, a couple of guys that just really couldn't hold on to that front pack. We're seeing also, too, your stage one winner, Jacob Wiest, doing what he can here. But again, they're not too far back from potentially going a lap down. They're entering turn one right now, and these guys are doing just the same. So if we ride on board Max Brady real quick, you'll be able to see there's that crazy gyro cam. They're not too far back, and this crew is bigger than the back of that field. So this is kind of the oddity, I guess you could say, of green flag racing, right? Stage racing is nice and all, bunches the field up, but man, you just don't get the strategy and things like this, right? We could see a lot of these drivers up ahead go a lap down just from green flag racing. Max Brady, though, Hagan, and Michael Johnson, a couple of guys hungry for some wins as well. Michael Johnson has been looking for that for sure. There he is. Hasn't quite gotten that first win of his ASRA career, but I'll tell you what, based on how he's driven lately, man, he is on his way for sure. So right now, just about halfway, lap 48. Next stage ends on lap 66. So once we get past the halfway point, we definitely expect some drivers to come down pit road. About lap 55 to 58, I would say, is when we expect that. So let's take a look real quick at the back of the field, because I know a lot of these guys are trying to get to where they need to go. at this point, the best thing they can do right now, Landon Bednards, you know, Weist, right, Daryl Young, all these guys, the best they can do is just stay in line as close as they can and hope for a caution to come out, right? Caution comes out, they get to come back around and do their thing, but man, right now, it is not looking pretty. Adam Garza back here as well, too. So much, so much happens in these races with big numbers. It's hard to track everyone's story in how their race went, but man, Garza was doing so good earlier on, and right now, it's hard to see. Tim Robb, Jacob Weist, right? 1 and 2 in stage 1, and here they are about to be swallowed up by the leader. But single file racing will do this. So Max Brady here, they're going to be a lot faster than these guys. They're going to probably go high here and pass everybody on the high lane. We're going to see a lot of drivers here go a lap down. Or they might just blend together, which looks like that's going to be the case there. So this is going to be awkward now. Brandon Federplay is going to try and make a move around. Has help from his teammates, actually. There they are. Nick Silver. Nick Silver right behind him, pushing him hard. And then Villalobos right there as well. So a couple of Bowie Esport drivers, actually Thomas George and Bowie. So we have 5 Bowie drivers up in the front on the outside lane. 6 and Michael Johnson right there down below too in those blue cars. We'll see what that outside lane can do. Right now, Brandon Federplace being shown as the leader. Again, a lot of the drivers in the inside row right there, they're not on the lead lap. They're about to all go a lap down right here. They're on the tail end. They're just right now mixed in with those drivers. Adam Garza tries to make a move there. That did not work at all. And right now, you can see it. Nick Silver on the outside. And right behind Brandon Federplace, now putting all of those drivers on the inside lane 1 lap down. This right here, folks, is the magic of green flag racing. I know it kind of sucks if you're a driver right now, because man, you want that yellow flag if you're on the inside lane and you just went a lap down, but that's what can happen. Stages can't save you anymore. But Brandon Federplace, BP as they call him. And look at this, all of a sudden, Bowie Esports on the inside lane. But hold on, look at this. Brandon Bowie pushing Blaze Crawford actually right here. Smart move though, because guess what? He's going to push him. He's going to come right down below his teammate, I'm assuming. Oh, no! Crawford, oh my word, an amazing save. Max Brady tried to push it 3 wide right there, couldn't quite do it. Max going to give a huge bump to his teammate Blaze, who is a lap down, by the way, multiple laps down, I believe. That was a Coke Series level save right there by Blaze Crawford. Unbelievable. Didn't quite work for Bowie. I'm not sure if he gave him a shot or if he wanted to try and go around him, but man, unbelievable. Couple of fantastic saves. One by Trevor Zelazny earlier was incredible. That one right there by Blaze was top tier as well. So, but still, a couple of more guys coming down pit road. We're seeing them. Frankie Barroso. I just saw Scott Casorn. Trevor Zelazny as well. Lap 54. We expect to see these guys come down pit road about right now. I thought it might be about lap 55 to 58. We'll see them all come down as well, and this field will kind of straighten out. This is an oddity for sure. Thurston up front, Sharik, Brady. Oh, man. Thurston goes around right here, and the yellow flag is out. Locks him down. And that's the craziness of what can happen. Let's take a look. Austin Halsey right here in the back tries to slow down in that blue machine. Oh no, just into the back of Garza. Hard hit. Potentially arc brake. Let's go back real quick. I know Garza had a big issue right there. Man. In between teammates right there too. So Garza and Thurston are teammates. So I wonder what happened here. I know, oh man. Crazy stuff. Let's go back if we can. Try and find a better angle. Yeah, it's already kind of gone down there. So let's go back if we can, much further back. Much further back. So here they are. We'll try and slow down when it happens. But right now we're seeing Thurston up front. I might have gone too far back, but we have time. This is the chaos that happens when you've got lead lap cars and lap down cars all together, right? So look at this. Everyone's kind of like catching each other pretty quick. And then boom, Thurston came across the nose. Christian Angel right there was the one that kind of played a big role into that. We'll go back a little bit further and see what we can find out. I want to find out, kind of get a look maybe from the back of Christian Angel's car. Yeah, you'll see it. So on the backstretch here, watch what happens. They're going to catch him here pretty quick. And he's by himself, right? So he's kind of just doing his thing. On the backstretch, he's going to get past. Look at this. Thurston sees him right here. Angel's staying down low. Yeah, it's just, man, that's tough. That's really, really tough. It's who to call. It's hard to call who's at fault right there for that, right? I mean, you know, Angel, you know, he's staying down low. He's staying where he should be, I guess, for a driver who's not a lap down, but, you know, staying out of the way. It's tough. I mean, Thurston looks like tried to go middle maybe to try and pass him, but just did it too late perhaps. Hard to really tell, but either way, definitely a bad bet there for a couple of Murphy Esport drivers. Thurston pretty well banged up. Garza, I know, got killed from the back end. I believe Halsey was the one who got involved with him too. So tough break for all, but lap 57, our first caution of the night. And that is how we can go down. All you need to do, right, as a lap down driver is be predictable, right? And Christian seemed like he was predictable there. He stayed low, no issues. It's up for the field to kind of figure out how to deal with him as long as he stays right where he is. But right now, everyone came down pit road, so this is going to be a pretty big shakeup, right? So everyone just came down pit road. Now we're all bunched up together for the first time, right? Since the beginning of the race. So this could be pretty interesting. James Kaufman being shown as the leader, but I believe he's just getting a wave around. So a bunch going on right now. We'll do the choose rule in just a minute here once we get that one lap to go. And there it is. Bunch of wave around cars right now. Looking good right now. A couple of thanks I want to give out real fast. Admin Box right now. Go and check them out. Adminbox.com. These guys do crazy cool button boxes, mostly for like race control and whatnot. They can be used for normal drivers as well. They're pretty sweet. Go and check them out. And yeah, use code ASRA for, I believe, 5% off. Fantastic. Can't forget about them. Premier Racing Setups. We use these guys all season long. Man, they just know how to make a setup right now, and we're using them right today, last week at the Dega Duels, and today again. And you can just see how like planted these cars are. It really, really is nice to be able to give these drivers a good product and be able to showcase a fantastic setup shop. So go and check them out, premierracingsetups.com, folks. But right now, working our first caution, Michael Johnson up front right now, being shown. Kaufman in P2. Again, a pretty big shakeup. Who took tires, who took fuel. Maybe some people didn't take fuel, right? Or maybe a little less fuel. Just to get to the front, get to that lap 66 mark for the stage points. And that's the game they can choose to play. Right? That caution right there. Do you take enough fuel to go way past the stage? Or do you take just enough to get yourself to that lap? But here we go, all lined up once again. Kaufman and Michael Johnson going to lead us to the green flag for the first time since the beginning of the race. Man, what an absolute bang of a race so far. And here we go. Green's back out. Right now on lap 60, so 6 laps away, really 5.5 laps really away right now from getting to that stage 2 mark. Right now, Brandon Bowie leading the field right here. Last season's champion. Uh-oh, watch out. James Kaufman gave a little peek and got pushed right there. Michael Johnson, Bowie's teammate. Gotta be careful. But here we go. Here we go. The runs are pretty crazy. Michael Johnson goes in front of his teammate here. Brady going to try and squeeze in front of 6, and he does. Now, Fetterplay is kind of in the middle. Has his teammate right behind him. He decides not to go. Oh my gosh. Villalobos is all over the place right now. Hold on to her. Uh-oh, I hear a spin. Adam Garza, what is this about? Oh, Tim Robb just kind of turns him, I guess. Right in front of the field. Oh my God. Well, nobody was killed. Lord have mercy. What are we doing? Good stuff. But either way, hey, second caution of the day. Just a bad push, I guess. I mean, they both had damage, I think. So that could be an issue as well. But man, that's a tough break right there for a lot of those guys. A lot of them avoided it, but that could have been way worse. Good to see. So second caution. Hey, listen, last year we kind of joked about it. We're like, hey, you know what? Every race, there's going to be a caution that comes out that's kind of like what was that about? You know, like it's kind of like it didn't need to happen. Definitely shouldn't have happened, but it does. So it's all good. You know, it's bound to happen. People make mistakes. But either way, we find ourselves in our second caution. Lap 62. I'll make sure real quick that we talk to race control real quick. All right, getting word right now that was the end of stage 2. So again, if you weren't familiar, basically within 5 laps of the scheduled stage end, if a caution comes out, we call that the stage. So that is it. Michael Johnson at the time of the yellow was the leader. So Michael Johnson will win stage number 2 today, along with Bowie in P2. Good stuff right there. So Michael Johnson picks up a stage win. Everyone else right now comes down pit road. This is where the strategy might come into play quite a bit. Come down for fuel. Different things here. Scott Casorn. Bunch of guys. Frankie Barroso, Salyers. Good time to fix some damage if you have it, right? Daryl Young probably doing that, your pole sitter today. James Thurston, we know Tim Robb maybe has some damage there in the back, but getting some tires done right now. So Thurston we knew had damage. Daryl Young as well. Look at that right front. So a couple of drivers here waiting to get their stuff fixed. But that's going to happen. So second caution. Right now, though, for stages, we are done. We're going to go straight to the end of this race. Couple of cautions today so far. No big one just yet. Knock on wood. We don't want to see it, but it could definitely still happen, especially with, man, how crazy this thing could get, right? So good racing so far. I feel like a lot of these drivers, too, they kind of come into this race, and really any super speedway, and I think you just kind of have to approach it with the mentality of, you know what? The big one can probably happen. I'm probably going to get wrecked. But if I get through it, then cool. You know, if I have a good finish, then cool. But right now, it's all about points. Not about the race win necessarily. The race win will be nice, but it's not necessary for your season. A couple more guys coming down pit road too, it looks like. I believe I saw a couple as well. Here they are. Yep, coming down pit road again. Christian Angel, Garza, Crawford, Messer. Again, Brian Messer subbing in for Andrew Phipps today. Halsey down pit road. He had a trading paints issue, so that's not the correct paint for his car, but that's all right. He'll get that fixed for next week. Matthew Fleming again had the engine blown earlier on. Man, really a shame. You hate to see it. Definitely hate to see it. Folks, once again, big thanks to you all for watching today on YouTube on race day. Season opener for the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series. Excited to get this one going. This season's going to be quite the fun one for sure. A lot of different changes, a lot of things going on that I think are going to intrigue some fans, and honestly a lot of the drivers too. I think it really plays into a lot of guys who prefer, you know, longer runs and more strategy and things like that, right? So I think we're going to see that. And right now, lap 64, that's exactly what I think we might find out. So a little bit, just under 2/3 of the race done. So normally stage 2 would have ended in a couple laps, but since this yellow came out within 5 laps, that was the end. So here we are. Michael Johnson and John Hagan up front. Pace car lights are off. We're going to go back green flag racing this time by. For the Harpoon Design 250. Second caution. And here we go. Michael Johnson, John Hagen going to lead the field here. Back green on lap 65. And the green flag's back out. Johnson with a fantastic lead right there. Brandon Bowie right behind him. Going to try and get themselves out front. John Hagen with a great push right here by Max Brady. Devin Sprecher not too far back either. And look who's behind him right there. Third in line, Jacob Weist, your stage 1 winner. So they came back. Again, all you need sometimes is that caution flag to come out. And it worked. Max Brady going to try and push it 3 wide here, it looks like. And does so. Sprecher also. Awesome job, Max Brady, Sprecher, and then Mark Whitley right there on the top line too, trying to get themselves to the front. Lap 66, we're 2/3 of the way through this race. It's go time now. Stage points are no longer. It all comes down to finishing order and who can get that race win. In the back a little bit, a lot of racing 3 wide. Looks like, man, Blaze Crawford sending it in 3 wide right here, trying to make something happen. He still has laps to make up. He's got to get there for sure. A lot to make up today. Back of the field, starting to kind of get desperate now. You'll see it 3 wide. There's a lane there, the outside lane with Scott Casor in that white car, not doing too great. Doesn't really have any friends right there, but you can see on the tower a bunch of guys out or in the pits. Yeah, Crawford's still 3 laps down, Christian Angel 2. A couple more yellows though, and that can definitely work its way out. Nick Silver to the front of the pack right now. Man, what a great job by him. Bowie Esports starting to show up right now late into the race. If Nick Silver, Fetter Place, and then Brandon Six all in the line right here. Looking to stir some things up. Ryan Sharp on the outside line really pushing Devin Sprecher well. Look at this. Ryan Sharp, a new driver onto the scene, but man, making a good impact. There he is, that 79 Premier Racing Setup Shop machine. Great push now too by Hagen. So these boys right here making an effort to the front. Looking really, really good. Still 3 wide. Sharp going to get hung out to dry right now, and up on the high line, John Hagen trying to side draft the inside line. This is going to be the thing, right? We might see this kind of racing the entire rest of the way. 30 laps to go here at the line. We know for a fact everyone has to go down pit road once more for fuel. So when does that happen? Do you come down right when your window opens up? We only get 3 green, white checkered flags. Keep in mind real quick of the race details. 100 laps, 75% fuel, that's it. No fast repair, so you better not wreck. And then those 3 green, white checkers. That's it today Have to make it happen. Everyone wants to win the season opener. Get yourself some early momentum. John Hagen right now being pushed hardcore on the high line. The entire pack right now, 2 wide all the way through. Starting grid formation right now. A lot of drivers. Fantastic. John Hagen up 36 spots right now on the high line. A lot of movers in this race. Thomas Meeks in P9. Haven't talked much about him again, but here he is in that 55 Wheels America Chevrolet up to P10. William Robbins, his teammate, right behind him too. Bunch of new drivers in the field. Here's one more, William Robbins. Man, some damn good talent. Came into this league. Landon Bednards as well. Saw him struggle early on, but came in with this. Man, look at that. Beautiful paint scheme right there. Wise Owl wash. Looking good. Making an impact early on. And we all know, right, how these races can go. Talladega can be kind of a wild card race, and you really can't judge someone's talent based off of a race like this, right? It all comes down to next week at Michigan, starting to kind of figure out what kind of a driver people are. But right here is still the one everyone wants. So right now, Blaze Crawford is in the front of the field, but he's not on the lead lap. Again, he's 3 laps down. Max Brady in P2, or what looks like P2, is the leader. And if you're Blaze Crawford right now, this makes sense. You want to be the first. You want to kind of get your, get your lap back, right? There's still drivers 1 lap down, so you won't be the lucky dog as well, but it's at least a way to get yourself that lap back. Back at the field real quick, a couple of guys we haven't even really talked about right now. Frankie Barroso right now being shown in 28th place. And again, a bunch of these guys are a lap down, but they're in the front half of the pack, right? So they're trying to get their lap back basically the old school way. If a caution were to come out, they're right there in the front. They get the wave around. All is good. But they're also fighting to become the first lucky dog, right? So you want to be that number 1 driver a lap down. And right here, it looks like it's taking place in the front of the field. So pretty wild spot to be in. And look at this, William Robbins. We were just talking about him behind Thomas Meeks. But look at this, he's on the inside lane, pushing Blaze Crawford. Bunch of flagship motorsport drivers and new drivers making an appearance here in the front of the field. Man, you love to see that. Bednards right here, Robbins making a name for themselves early in Season 8. Robbins right now being pushed by Kenny Reel. Kenny Reel's an experienced superspeedway driver, so you'll hear us talk about the Harpoon design drivers, kind of that same light, right? But man, he's one of those too. I feel like every time we go to a superspeedway, though, lately in this series, he had some kind of bad luck at some point. He saw the same luck in the duels last week, so hopefully that streak ends tonight, because right now we're having a fantastic race. Barroso and Hagen being pushed right here. You got to be careful. The pushes and the bumps, that's what causes the wrecks. Everyone just accordions. Awesome racing so far right now. 2 and 3 wide. Again, 25 laps to go, just like that. Race is really going by fast. It's good to see. Everyone doing what they can to survive. Joseph Mealy kind of right in the middle of it. Currently in 13th spot. Really not too bad right now. We're going to go on board real quick. Kind of get a look at what's going on here. I mean, man, Joseph Mealy just looking pretty good. Inside row right here. You'll see him getting that momentum on the low line. Middle line doesn't really have the momentum there. Nobody in line pushing. Gonna get a good run here, right behind Robbins. Middle lane not going anywhere. Low lane has the effort and the push. But this is the part that sucks, kind of, right? You're just you're just in it. And he's trying what he can to get through. Has to really push Robbins now to get himself back into contention from the front of the field. Ooh, little wobble. Careful, careful there. Three wide. Oh, Robbins going to go right back to the back, but up the front, things are changing. Mark Whitley. Mark Whitley looking really, really strong right now. Can we get a Harpoon Design driver to win the Harpoon Design 250? I don't know, but we're 22 laps away from finding out if that's a possibility. A lot of drivers doing a lot right now. The backstretch, you can see majority of the field right here on the backstretch. A couple of stragglers in the back. The question, though, still remains. When do you come down pit road? Pit road will need to happen at some point for every driver in the field. Fuel is going to be a concern. It'll start to be a concern probably 10 laps or so from now. Top 8 or so are single file, but behind that, it's an absolute mess. Too wide, no one side drafting. A lot going down right now. So far, though, ooh, okay. Whew. I thought I saw Daryl Young there for a second. Got a little wild from this camera angle, but that's not the case. And again, these guys right here, a lap down, just trying and hoping and praying for a caution to come out to give themselves that lucky dog, but not going to happen so far. Blaze Crawford up in the front. Good stuff right now. Blaze Crawford has some damage there in the front, too. He got that really early on. Okay, actually, now it's fixed. So he must have gotten that fixed under a yellow flag, but looking good. Obviously, multiple laps down, 3 laps down, I believe it still is. So out here to get points, but maybe even push his teammates as well, right? That's one of those things about these tracks you can do. You can be laps down, but still really play a huge role into what shakes out. And you can be that wild card, right? I mean, look at Frankie Barroso right behind him. Whitley right now is being pushed by drivers who are a lap down. Blaze Crawford, Frankie Barroso. But getting help. Whoa, little bumperoo right there. Not sure what that's about. Huge hit from Hagen. My God. Right in the back, Blaze Crawford looking really, really crazy right now. Again, I don't like that kind of aggression. You're 3 laps down, act like it. If you're middle of the pack, pushing a teammate, sure, I get it. But fighting for the lead, come on, bro. You know, just get in line. Mark Whitley, though, now getting pushed by Frankie Barroso again. Frankie's in that spot right now. He's in that lucky dog spot. If a caution comes out, he gets that lucky dog. He goes around to the lead lap. All is good. But look at this 3-pack right here. 18 laps to go. And even if this thing stays green, look at the drivers in the outside lane, right? Nick Silver, Brandon Six. Looking in this shot right here, we'll go a little wider. I don't see a lot of teammates right now together. I see Frankie, Silver, and Six all in a line right here. Now they're kind of shooting down middle. That could be huge, right? I see on the outside lane, Angel and Daryl Young way out there as well, but it's just... Oh, little bobble and weave there, Robbins. I believe I just saw them kind of getting shaky. 4 wide right now, Robbins and Sobel. Hold on to her. Gasorn. This track's pretty wide and pretty quick, but 4 wide is definitely a hard one to swallow. And Jacob Emery, by the way, he is holding on for dear life. Not doing a bad job, though. We haven't really talked much about it, but there he is. In P13, a clean car. Looking really, really good. Just has to kind of hold on to it, right? That's part of the nature of this race. Just get to the end of it and see what happens, right? Put yourself in position to maybe score a win, a top 5, whatever it might be, right? But don't wreck the car. Hagan, though, out front. Big bump by Whitley. Zelazny down there as well. So a couple of guys, man, 3 of those cars on the inside lane are all lapped down at least. Zelazny, Frankie, and Blaze Crawford, multiple laps down. But that's kind of that's how it can go here. Hagan going to get pushed way back. That's not going to work out well for him. And this is really the only kind of a track, Daytona Talladega, right, that we're going to see. Oh, Mark spins Frankie Barroso. That's going to be a yellow flag. Frankie goes around right here. Man, oh man. Again, we saw Frankie, pushing Whitley pretty well. He's a lap down, but he was pushing pretty well. I'm not sure if Whitley had a bad push or whatnot, but we'll go back and take a look. This is going to change the game, though. Everyone's going to come down pit road now and take fuel for sure. Yeah, a good angle here. So Frankie kind of goes up. Yeah, it's hard to... Oh, man. Frankie's kind of right in the middle of that white line. Yeah, I think Mark just gets him. I think he just gets him in the wrong spot. And then around he goes. Luckily, only a 1-car incident, as it happened right here in the Trialville. But man, tough break for Frankie Barroso. Definitely not good for that race day machine. Man, hate to see it. Hate to see it. We'll get one more look real quick if we can. Try and get a better angle. Here we go. Good look right here. So, yeah, so Frankie kind of comes down here. I don't know if Whitley gave him a shot right there to get him loose. But right here, the separation, then Mark he's right there. Frankie's kind of moving down left. And then just kind of goes around. So just a misjudgment, I think, maybe by Whitley. Hard to really tell from that angle, but definitely, hey, hard racing, right? 15 laps to go, give or take. That's going to happen every single time. Again, luckily it didn't happen in front of the whole field. So right now, everyone's down pit road. Lots of drivers coming down. Probably not a lot of tire stops, just fuel. 14 laps right now, so you've got plenty of fuel here to get to the end of the race, plus the 3 green-white checkers. If you're in the back of the field, yeah, maybe you take tires just to kind of give yourself some more confidence, right, in your grip. Everyone else, though, doing their thing. So right now, third caution of the night. 14 laps to go. Probably go back green about 12 laps to go. So it's going to be a classic ASRA finish, no doubt, at the end of this thing. And we love that for sure. So good stuff right now. Man, been an eventful night so far. A lot of great racing. Long race, I mean, it's short, I guess, for a super speedway race, but it's long for a race, the first race of the season. So really, really not too bad. We're gonna get one to go here, I do believe. So gonna get right back to it. Take a quick minute, folks, and shout out all of our sponsors today. Man, so many good people. Admin Box, Whiplash Sim Cams, Harpoon Design. A lot of good people. Choose line is right now. Everyone making their decision. And we do it right. Up against the wall for the outside lane and down low for the inside lane. Everyone makes their choice. Look at that. Nice and tidy. And then off we go. Brandon 6, I believe, is being shown as P1 right now. Going to be leader. Chose the outside lane, obviously. Right in front of his teammate, Nick Silver. So these guys going to try and go for it. 12 laps to go. Who do you got, chat? Who will win the first race of the season, the Harpoon Design 250? Anybody can win this race, I promise you that. Bunch of guys work their way back onto the lead lap. But I think it comes down to this. Will we see some more yellows? Yeah, you know what? We might. We definitely might. But we'll see. Joseph Mealy looking to get his first win for ASRA. Brandon 6, a former champion, looking to get himself another season opening win. Smecker right there. Brady. Look at Villalobos right there in P5. Jacob Emery, P9. Will Doe, brand new driver in P10. Tell you what, who can get it done? There we go. Green flag about to be out in the air. 12 laps to go here in Talladega. Geico restart zone. And off we go. Back green flag. Big push right now. Front of the pack. 6, Silver and Brady. All right there. Villalobos down low too, trying to make something happen with his teammate, Brandon Fetterplace. Boo Esports has taken over this race at the front right now. Only 12 laps to go. Wow, look at that move right there by Max Brady. Came right down in front. And just the confidence to do that is crazy. Very impressive work right there. Brandon 6 going to get stuck out right here in the middle. No help. But he'll fall back right now to Nick Silver and Emery. He has teammates and friends right in that middle lane. As Villalobos pushes Max Brady right now in the front of the field. Who can get the win? Wildo in P4. Again, new driver for Harpoon Design Racing. Don't sleep on him. Fantastic super speedway driver. He can get this job done today. Kenny Reel in the high line right here. They tried to go maybe 4 wide for a second. I'm not sure what they're doing, but man, everyone's getting crazy. Down the backstretch right now, 10 laps to go. Brady, your leader, Villalobos in P2 and Fetter Place in 3rd spot. When does that high line kick it in? You have Mealy right there with Smacker on the high line. Looking really good right now. Outside line is there. No one's going to make a move. Villalobos stays behind Brady. Brady going to make a move to the outside line. Not going to be enough. Mealy with an aggressive move to leave Max Brady out in the dust. He'll fall back to Sobel. What can Sobel do right there? Big move for the front of the pack. Mealy not going to give an inch. And just like that, folks, 3 wide with 9 laps to go from Talladega. Look at the run the middle line has. Brady and Sobel right there with Brandon 6. Pushes them right to the front. Brady right back out there to the front of the lead. I'll tell you what, Max Brady, really, really impressive so far tonight. Can really work with anybody, it looks like. And Sobel just hard pushing. Looking really, really good. A little further back, we're still 3 wide. Mealy on the outside lane. Josh Larson entering the mix right here on the low lane too. Again, a couple of guys haven't talked about him so far this race a whole lot, but man, they make an appearance late. That's kind of their strategy, right? Stay in the back for a while and see what happens. And get to where you need to be late in the race. Zelazny in the middle works his way up through the field. Amazing stuff right now. 7 laps to go. 3 wide right here. Nothing's changed in the front. Still Brady, Sobel, and 6. If a big run comes, it'll happen from here. They got to work it out, though. Back at the pack is pretty wild. And look at that. Blaze Crawford right there. Big bump from 6. 6 knows what's going to happen here. He's going to try and probably push Crawford to avoid him from hooking up with Max Brady. Those guys are deadly together. Really, really work well. But right now, I think this is the smart move. If you're 6, stay behind Crawford. Make that move at the end. You've got 6 laps to go. Johnson, though, right there as well, that 39. He's got to do a better job of staying by his teammate. He's going to get fallen back here to Mark Whitley. Big run right here. All in a line. I think at this point, you kind of know where you stand. They can still go 2 wide. Back at the field, still holding on to it. 2 wide for the most part back here. Different lanes, trying to do different things. At this point, you might not have any friends. Oh, Scott Casorn, I believe, just got around. Oh, he saves it. He was sideways in the background of one of our shots there. I thought for sure he was a goner, but he keeps it going. Oh, Lordy. Keep it straight, my dude. Big stack up accordion effect. Everyone's pushing the crap out of each other just to get somewhere. But the front, 6, Brady, Johnson, again, Crawford. He looks like he's leading this pack, and he is, but he is not on the lead lap. He is 2 laps down. At this point, he's probably going to try and do what he can to help his teammate win. Max Brady right behind him. That 17 car. If he can make it happen, he's going to make a move, and he did. Brady, oh! Brady tried to squeeze right there in the outside lane. He had the room, but he just couldn't get it done. Didn't commit to it, maybe. And 6. That's going to really open up Mark Whitley and Will Doe, teammates, to make it happen. Oh, no! 6 goes around. The big one's going to hit here. Yellow. Oh, my. How did they not go around? Holy crap. Man, Brandon 6 got jumbled up right there. I thought for sure he was going to go around. Kind of got saved by the 5 of Robbins being there. Kind of leaned on him to get himself back straight. Man, wild turn of events right there. But 3 laps to go. We expected this to happen. I mean, come on. You just have to know that things are going to get rowdy late in these races, and it sure has. Let's go back if we can, take a look back at what happened. Definitely started right around Brandon 6. So we'll get a look here. We're going to go slow-mo here just for a second. So yeah, Brady comes down. I think 6 maybe tries to come down with him. I can't quite tell. We'll play it. Oh yeah, 6 tries to go in front of Robbins. It just wasn't there. Just was not there. Tried to make it happen too quick. Whitley might have some damage there to the right front. Kind of seemed like he net coded through him a little bit, so it really might not be that bad. I thought for sure 6 was around here, but that was not the case, and we all keep it straight. Unbelievable that nobody else wrecked right there. No ARCA braking, it looks like, from anybody else involved, so whew. He'll come down pit road now, it looks like, maybe fix some damage. New tires, all kinds of fun stuff. But so here we are. 3 laps to go. Definitely going to be our first official green-white checkered finish. Or attempt, excuse me. So for those of you who don't know how this works, typically we'll have 3 attempts at this. So basically what'll happen is, in a couple laps here, we'll take the green flag, as we would normally do on the restart. We'll have 2 laps to go. If the white flag comes out, then we will finish this race under green, and whatever happens on that white flag will happen, and whoever crosses the finish line at the end will be the winner. If a yellow flag comes out before the leader hits the white flag, then we'll rack him up and start it again. And we'll try that 2 more times after the initial, so 3 in total. On the 3rd attempt, if a yellow flag comes out before the white flag, then the field is frozen at the time of yellow, because we would have been out of attempts for the green-white checkers. So that's how that works. Yellow flag will freeze the field on that 3rd attempt. Well, I guess a 4th attempt if that were to happen, and that'll be it. So they'll still have to come back around to the line and cross the finish line and checkered flag, but the field will be frozen at the yellow on that last attempt. So right now, we'll try it. Brady up front, Whitley, Robbins, and Doe. Man, look at the names up here. So many drivers can get their first win. And this is just a great track to do it, right? You just never know when it'll happen. I mean, we're seeing, you know, Brady, Whitley, you know, they've won races, right? Whitley, a 2-time champion. William Robbins, yeah, has some damage, but hey, he's in the game. He's right there in P3. Will Doe, hey, right there too. You just never know, right? Zelazny has worked himself up from, I believe, 2 laps down. I could be wrong there, but And here he is, right? That's how quick your race can change. Jacob Weist, stage 1 winner, has found his way back up to the front. John Hagen, we know how good he is, right? Joshua Sobel, Nick Silver P9, Thomas Meeks in P10. So this race, folks, is not over at all. A lot can go down. Right now, the choose is underway. Everyone making their decisions here at the line. But again, only 3 attempts at the GWC. Oh, yellow flag is back out. Ryan Sharp just crashed. Hold on now. Try and get a better angle of what just happened here. What the heck? Daryl Young, Ryan Sharp involved. Under yellow, mind you, trying to collect the... What the hell? Let's go back a little bit. So Daryl Young right here, again, catching the field. Oh, whoa. What? His wheel might have just disconnected or something. He just went hard left. Crazy stuff right there. I mean, you saw it. Daryl Young's car just snapped. Really, really interesting. So that'll delay the caution by a lap. Let's go back a little bit before this and try and get a better look. Super odd. Yeah, you'll see him right here. Right side by side here with Ryan Sharp. And you'll watch. I mean, man, his wheels just hard. Yeah, see, it kind of snaps on him. I don't know. I've never really seen that. So I'm not sure if he had a wheel malfunction. Obviously, in the world of sim racing, hey, these things can happen. But it doesn't happen too often, I guess, but can definitely happen. So we'll delay the caution just 1 lap because what happens is that iRacing sees a car stopped on track, so they delay the yellow just by 1 lap. So we're going to give it a go here. We're going to give our first green-white checkered attempt try. So this is how we set him up. Brady up top. Zelazny down low. How will this thing end? And since that was a yellow, right? I mean, Blaze, he's not going to be able to get up to his friend here, Max Brady, so that's kind of done and over with. But who are your friends, right? Who's around you? Zelazny, you know, Weist right there. They don't have a lot. You know, not teammates around, nothing like that. But on the outside line, I do see Whitley and then Will Doe right there on the outside as well. So what can they do? I think, yeah, I mean, really, it's the only teammates I see in that top 10 lined up. So if this thing goes green the rest of the way, it can happen. HDR can bring this thing back home. Brady, though, we know how good he is, right? Brady and Whitley, actually, right there in the top lane, both won their duels. So equally as good at a track like this. We know Zelazny, a former winner in Atlanta last season. So he can get it done, too. Just comes down to how. And here we go. First attempt. Green, white, checkered. Will we see that white flag lap? Sponsored by Starch Industries. And there it is. Green flag is back out. Will Doe did not get a great jump right there. He's not that close to his teammate, Mark Whitley. That's really bad news for the outside lane. Down low, though, There they are, Brady and Zelazny, our flagship teammates. I got my notes wrong. They're right there. What can they do? Gonna get a good run here. Whitley, he'll look down low. He goes for it. Will Doe gonna push him. Inside lane, they're gonna try and go for it too. Anything can happen. If they get back, uh-oh. Yellow flag out. I just saw it in the back. I believe that was, oh man, where'd they go? Albert Forster, I believe, was the driver who got around right there. I saw an all blue car. Has to be him. I think he kept it straight though. I think we'll go back a little bit. Yeah, so in the back of the field, we're going to see a big run here from Messer and Blaze Crawford all pushing together. Yeah, so Messer goes on the outside line here. Oh, just kind of squeeze. So Forster kind of comes down here in front of Thurston and Salyers. Just wasn't really enough. Wasn't clear. Going to go around here. I think he did a good job saving it, though, if I looked at it. Yeah, locked it down, kept it straight. Minimal impact, I would say. Definitely some cars got involved in that as far as damage, but overall, that could happen. 3 wide, almost 4 wide racing at times. For sure will happen. So that will bring out another yellow flag, our 5th of the day. Not too bad for a Talladega race, right? 40 drivers on the field. But yeah, so right now we're going to go into our 2nd attempt at overtime. While we wait, folks, we're going to thank some sponsors real quick while they do some pacing action. We'll come right back.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Lakers pool sleeping, Rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, Rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
Welcome back, folks. Right now, we're working on the 2nd green-white checkered finish attempt for our Harpoon Design 250. And while we have the time real quick, I almost forgot earlier, but a couple of announcements to make, as right now we're going to go and do our choose. 1 lap to go here until we go back green, but a couple of fun updates coming up. Mark it on your calendar here. Mother's Day. This year, we're doing the ASRA Mother's Day Mayhem. It's moms and wives only. It's going to be a fun race. Basically going to be mini stocks at Bristol, 50 laps, and just a lot of fun. So, get out the, put your wife or put your, girlfriend, mom on the sim rig and see what happens. It'll be a lot of fun. We'll broadcast it here on race day too. So look out for more information on, we'll promote it some more on the channel here, but then also on our X page at ASRA iRacing. So pretty fun stuff there. That's coming out pretty soon. Also, I mentioned earlier that Stint 62 car that we talk about. Steven Sharik, there he is right there, catching the field. That car today is being driven by Steven Sharik, but next week, big announcement. Murphy Esports is bringing in none other than Carson Hocevar for next week at Michigan. So Carson Hocevar, you know him obviously from the NASCAR Cup Series. He'll be in that Stint 62 car next week for Michigan, right here in ASRA on race day. So a lot of fun, pretty cool stuff. We've obviously announced too that Corey Heim will also be in that car for 3 times starting in Pocono, which is 2 races from now. So pretty cool stuff to bring in some Cup Series level talent. Cannot wait to see that and see how that turns out. Right now though, we're going to figure it out. We have 2 more attempts here for the green-white checkered. Here's the second attempt. Can we get the white flag? That's the question. Most of the field still on track. You love to see that. No big one just yet, but you just never know. Geico restart zone, second green-white checkered, and we're off. Big jump right now for the outside lane, obviously, and looking really good. Max Brady, Zelazny, Hagen, Sobel, all on the inside lane, but watch out for the outside lane. Nick Silver knows how to get it done here. He might get a run 3 wide in the back of the field, though, too. The runs can come from anywhere. Watch that low line, too. They're a little bit behind, but they can make it happen. Front of the field. Still, Max Brady. Trevor Zelazny, when does he make his move? The tandem draft can work pretty well. He can push him from here to the end of this race. John Hagen's right there too. It looks like we're gonna get the white flag. Here it is. The Starch Industries, 1 to go. Max Brady on the outside line. Who can get this thing done? Coming out of turn 1 and turn 2. Zelazny gonna try and push him out of the way here. They're teammates, but not on the white flag. Max Brady out in line. When does Nick Silver make a move? There he goes. Devin Smecker gonna get pushed here now by the front of the field. Gonna push Brady. Makes a dive bomb move. Not gonna happen. Did not work. Mark Whitley right there too. Still 3 wide. 2 now. Whitley goes with Nick Silver. Brady gonna get hung out. Mark has all the help right here. A little bit of a shuffle here. Who will win the Harpoon Design 250? At the line, it's gonna be Nick Silver as they wreck behind him. The big one was bound to happen. In this case, it was after the checkered flag, and Nick Silver gets it done and will be the winner of the Harpoon Design 250 season opening race. Unbelievable. Nick Silver in that Grammys cards. I'll tell you what. Got the job done. Wasn't always in the front of the field, but was in front when it mattered most. Unbelievable. He's going to burn him down right now. I'm sure of it. Just an incredible run by Nick Silver. Sometimes that's what it takes, right? You got to be in the right spot at the right time. And he sure was. P2, Kenny Reel. Will Doe in P3. Man, what a great run for those boys. Jacob Weist, P4. Fetter Place in P5. Michael Johnson, 6th. Brandon Bowie, P7. Brady, 8th. Devin Schmecker, 9th. There he is, gonna burn him down. 10th place, John Hagen. Big wreck after the checkered flag, but it's not gonna matter for Nick Silver. He's the winner. Folks, we'll come right back. We'll thank a sponsor or two. We'll come back and talk to your top 3. Here he is right now, the man who finishes P3 on the day. If you're new to the channel, folks, we like to go 3, 2, 1 for the action. Let's bring him in if we can find him. Will Doe. Where is the man? Here he is, Will Doe. Gonna move him on air. There he is. Hey, man, Will Doe, P3 on the day. We know, I mean, maybe me know, or I know the most, but Super Speedway racing is really good for you, and man, you got it done today. Obviously, kind of wild. Your first, league with us or race with us. How'd it go for you, man? P3 is not too bad to start off.
Yeah, definitely a happy result. A great race, a lot of sketchy moments throughout, but kind of got through them, and the race finished. What a banger, right? But yeah, that was a crazy finish. Somehow made it through the wreck. I want to thank everyone for watching, ASRA, and I want to thank Harpoon Design and all the other racers.
Awesome, man. Hey, good stuff. You already answered my next question. Who do you want to thank? Good stuff, dude. Hey, next week we'll see you at Michigan and continue that momentum, man. Good stuff.
Sounds good. Thank you, Steve.
Good stuff there. Man, Will Doe, awesome job. Next up, we're going to bring in Kenny Reel. I'll tell you what. I want to bring him in. Where is he? Here we go. Here's the man, Kenny Reel. Man, I was talking... excuse me. Whoa, lordy. I was talking about it earlier on, man. I feel like every super speedway in this league for you for the past, I don't know, 2 years, I feel like, something always goes wrong, right? Last lap wreck or the duels last week or whatever. But today, I feel like you finally found your stride, man. You weren't there enough for the win, but dude, you look so good at the end. P2, man, you got to be happy.
Yeah, finally one of these races at the end go my way, not either getting bumper hooked and spun. I finally avoided a wreck there at the end and came away with P2. It was a pretty long race, pretty eventful. Got kind of frustrating during the middle of the race with all the teams and just being out there by yourself, making moves, and you go from the front to the back pretty quick, but at the end it worked out.
Hey, good stuff, man. A one-man wrecking crew and good stuff, dude. P2, not a bad day for sure. Who do you want to thank? You have some sponsors, obviously, and floor is yours.
I just want to give a huge shout out to my spotter, Daryl. He was with me the whole race, telling me what lanes to go to, what lines were working, just handles all that stuff, just lets me drive the car and handles everything else. And just want to give a shout out for you for putting on the broadcast and everybody that puts on for the league. Well, it's just you, so shout out to you.
All right, hey, humble at his best, but hey, good stuff, man. As we right now watch the big one unfold here, my God, just crazy stuff. Good luck, man, or good luck, man. Next week, we'll talk to you next time, dude.
Appreciate it, bro.
Unbelievable. Right now, yeah, here's that big one that happens. We'll kind of talk about it real quick before we bring in your race winner. Yeah, Mark Whitley, unfortunately, involved, but it makes sense, right? You're trying to go for that race-winning move, and this happens, right? So that's what can happen, folks, at these races. Luckily, this didn't happen under green flag conditions to cause a yellow. Everyone survived the race, but man, did not survive past the checkered flag. That can happen, though. Let's bring in the winner right now, though. Nick Silver. Where is the man? Hold on, where is he now? Lordy. Here he is. There's the man right now. Nick Silver gets the win today from Talladega. I'll tell you what, man, today was kind of an up and down day for you guys, especially, I feel like earlier on, we didn't really see you a whole lot, kind of in the back. Started to make some moves maybe in the middle, and then at the end, obviously, it's a crapshoot, right? We all know how these races can work, and you just found a way, and man, just the moves you made, that last 2 laps, I feel like, was just, it was hyper aggressive, but you just timed it perfectly. How'd the race go for you, man? Congratulations.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm still shaking. The whole first part of the race, yeah, we were just like hanging out in the back trying to save fuel, I guess, and then kind of lost the lead pack, and I was getting pretty bored riding around there. I even had asked one of my teammates, I'm like, dude, do you want to lead a lap? Because I'm freaking bored. I'll push you up there. So pushed BP up there. He led a lap. But yeah, I thought me and Six had a shot on like that second to last restart.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I just got put in the sucker hole, and that broke us up and screwed everything up. So I thought it was over then, and then had a good spot on that first green white checker, and got kind of shuffled on all the mayhem that caused that caution, and so I thought it was over there. And then bottom lane just didn't get going on that final restart, which was a gift. So we got clear, got in line, and you know, I really got to thank the 26 Devin. He freaking stuck with me that whole last lap.
Yes.
And yeah, it was just timed perfectly. Like, we got that run going through the tri-oval, coming to the white, got somebody there. You know, they kind of got stacked up top, shot low. 26 was able to clear, and then you know, thankfully he let me know that the 23 and the 17 were teammates. So I'm like, all right, we're not screwing around with that. You know, we side drafted the 23 out of the way. And then when the 17 blocked me and I kind of almost got on the wall, I thought it was over, but luckily had Whitley there to give me a hit, and I was able to get under the 17. And from there on, it was just holding on to it, trying not to get turned, and then I saw the world end behind me, and
oh yeah,
knew we had it.
Yeah, it's pretty good stuff, man. It must feel good to just be crossing that checkered flag and seeing, like you said, the whole world burn behind you. And man, you got the W today. Awesome, awesome stuff. Give us your shout outs. Our sponsors, friends, and family, man. The floor is yours, dude.
Well, gotta thank Bowie Esports for giving me a shot coming back. You know, it's good to be back with you guys at ASRA, and you know, great way to start the comeback, the revival. And we got Grammy's Cards y Mas on the car. Check them out on eBay, on TCG Player. And other than that, I don't know. Gotta say hi to my mom and dad at home. They never get to see a win, so here we go.
Hey, good stuff, man. Love to see it. Next week, Michigan, dude. We'll catch you then. Go and celebrate, man. Good stuff.
Thank you.
There he is, Nick Silver, the winner of today's race. Unbelievable finish. And I'll tell you what, just an overall really good race to begin with. I want to go back to that white flag lap real quick as we wrap up here. Just kind of watch just the chaos unfold at the end here. I want to kind of focus on Mark Whitley. I feel like he was kind of right in the middle of the, all of it. Take a look back real quick. Nick Silver in the front, and he said it right. He made all the right moves. Devin Sprecher really was the unsung hero. Sometimes you find friends when and where you least expected it. But watch Mark Whitley here on the outside lane. Sticks with Nick Silver here. But then Nick makes that dive bomb move, a great move to fake out Brady. Quick and aggressive was the move that he needed to make. Whitley right there too. Whitley kind of got shuffled in between. Just absolutely chaos. And that right there, folks, is the big one. It can happen at any point. Oh my word! Who is that? Thurston in the background pulls a Ryan Priest. Oh no! Maybe just send it just to send it. Why not? It's not an ARCA break if it's the last lap, right? That's what happened right there. So big thanks, folks. By the way, man, just an awesome job. Huge shout out to Harpoon Design, Admin Box, Premiere, Setup Shop, Whiplash SimCams for providing just insane quality of camera angles right there, all race long, all season long, really. So, and good stuff. Next week, it is Michigan. We're going to go to our first quote-unquote real track, according to a lot of these guys. We'll see. Big track, obviously, and will be a lot of fun, folks. Thank you for being here. Definitely appreciate any likes or subscriptions that you can on the channel. They go quite a far way, and we're getting pretty close to 1,000 subs. So pretty cool stuff right there. We're quickly on our way. Nick Silver, the winner today of the Harpoon Design 250. Make sure to watch out for our socials too, at ASRA iRacing on X. A lot of updates go up over there. And check out our website, asrairacing.com. You can join the Discord from there. You can check out just about us in general, right? Kind of a front page for the league. But good night, folks. We love you. And stay safe.